GG, and we are here. I'm playing a TvP. This is my opponent currently. I'm jumping right into the game, and actually I'm not going to do follow camera. I'm just going to go with some observer business, and this is how we're going to do it. So my first video I gave a little introduction, and then I talked about the match. Probably should have made two separate videos, but we're going to ignore that. Bottom right corner here, bottom left, I'm sorry, Protoss. This guy, I'm not going to say his name even though you just saw it. This is me playing Terran as always. This is a gold match, and I'm sorry if you just heard a text that was totally not right. So check it out. My SCV, there he is. He's going to be like bam, supplied. You see I do that at 9-11. And I queue my SCV to build after I build the supply depot. Or if I have enough minerals, I can build the SCV, and then when this SCV reaches this point here, I can put down the supply depot, and it's just kind of very, very fluid. Just kind of depends. So this guy I'm going to send out. I'm going to scout him in counterclockwise because the top left base is closer to me. So I'll get information as to where my opponent spawns faster than I would if I went, cross spawns or north to south. Well, actually, you could argue either way, but I really like to just go to my closest base. I'm not sure what the standard procedure is. So I'm opening with a Rex. I drop my gas here at 13. The Protoss gateway gets a gas. Putting a pylon down. He's only got 2 pylons in his base right now. Standard. By the time I get down, because this is Deadwing, it's a 4-player map, I'm going to get down to his base fairly late, so I should be able to see if there's 3 pylons in his base. By that time, if there isn't 3 pylons, that means that I'm getting proxied, and he's got like a proxy Stargate, or a proxy Robo, or a proxy Twilight Council, somewhere on the map. Generally, if it's a Stargate, it's going to be really close to me. Like down here in this area, or, up here. So I'm building my orbital right now. Got 3 in the gas. Got 17 and 19 supply. My SCV's built my second supply. I'm building a Reaper. This is going to be sort of a Reaper expand build. And I get my scout on. I see the cyber core. I see the gateway. I'm just letting my SCV attack this probe because I can't believe actually he killed him, because I just played this game and I wasn't aware that my SCV killed him. So I dropped my command center after the Reaper builds. It's not gonna let me go up there. That's cool. There's my my racks, building a marine. My supply depot, or I built the command center after my first racks because I like to get my economy going. My Reaper comes in. It's a pretty good scout. Sees some gateways, sees a pylon coming down. Gets a probe kill. Stalkers. And what I do here is I just leave the Reaper outside of his base. He's not going to chase me anymore, and I'll be able to pop in and get another scout. That's very, very important. So as you see here, my SCV production is a little slacking, only because I'm also trying to spend my minerals, and I also built another racks. So I kind of stopped building SCVs there for a second so I can get my other racks in. I went 2 gas just because if I need to get a starport fast, or I'm thinking like a fast factory, then I can go ahead and do that. I also have in mind this is my standard build that I do against Protoss right now, and that's 2 racks. Sometimes I go double tech lab, sometimes I go tech lab reactor. You definitely want to have at least 1 tech lab as fast as you can. When I say as fast as you can, I don't mean like rush to tech lab, but once you have a marine or 2 out or whatever, or 3 or 4 marines, whatever you want to, however many you want out, drop that tech lab, because you're going to need marauders against Protoss, especially early on if they blink all in you. I went ahead and actually no, I didn't go ahead. I must have lost my Reaper. I missed my second scout. I saw the Twilight Council, so right there, I see the Twilight Council. I'm thinking it's gonna be a blink play. So I'm gonna just produce SCVs. I'm gonna move my second command over here. I'm building a bunker here to put units in to defend in case he does rush me with stalkers. It will help. Meanwhile, I'm still building units in my racks, and I'm not producing SCVs here. I'm waiting for my command center to land, which is probably bad. I should probably be building SCVs there and then just transferring them down. So this dude's sending a zealot out. I don't know why. He's sending 2 zealots out. I still don't know why. He drops a dark shrine here. That's not very cool. I sent a marine out. I don't know why he sent those zealots out on the map. Terran is not a race where you're going to proxy, and I'm assuming he just sent them out because he doesn't know where I am. But it's weird because he took one with the watchtower, and I guess because he doesn't see me there. Or no, yeah, he should have sent the other zealot south, but he didn't. This guy's kind of dumb. I get a scan here. Fairly certain I see the... no, I don't want the camera on. That's bullshit. Oh, I don't see the Dark Shrine. Okay. So I don't see the Dark Shrine. I had no idea DTs are coming at this moment. This guy doesn't even know where I'm at or what I'm doing currently, so that's his problem. He also doesn't have a second base. I sent this Marine down here in case there was a blink attack coming, because I was thinking it was blink. I actually missed that Zealot. And these guys clean it up. Attack move for the win. Always attack move. Dropping another CC, add a lot of minerals. I'm dropping another racks. I'm getting a reactor, and I believe my thought was I'll get an eBay, I'll upgrade, +1 attack, and I'll go ahead and come at this guy. So +1 attack's almost done. I'm gonna hit this guy's base. I went ahead and just sent my Marine there solo because I wasn't sure if he'd have an expansion, which he doesn't, and it's 10 minutes in, so this guy's like way behind economically. Like if you look at the minerals, I'm up 500 and we're taking in about the same amount of gas. Because I don't see the expand, I expect him to have a lot more units here, and he doesn't, and my Marauders are just pounding through things. Let that go to there. So I'm just kiting with my Marauders here, picking off everything I can. He's hovering a lot of minerals. I see the Dark Shrine, I start attacking it, knowing full well that DTs are most likely going to be coming to my base if they're not already in my base. Couldn't get the Dark Shrine, so I was like, I'll at least pick off some more Zealots. I started hovering a lot of minerals here. If you see, this guy's building really slowly. I honestly don't know what he's doing, but he's saving up for DTs for sure, but he still has a lot of minerals. Meanwhile, because I saw a Dark Shrine, I dropped a turret in my main base, and I dropped a turret in my natural. Of course, he gets a War Prism in, because I never build turrets on the Allard side, because that's just how I am. I get the SCVs to try and repair, but they end up just body blocking the DTs. Saving my scan, I'm doing a lot of kiting, I'm trying to take these bastards out. I bait the DT to chase, and then I throw my scan down, make sure I kill it. Now here's where I kind of mess up. I'm like, okay, that's it, he's done. He's not going to do this anymore. I just will go attack him now, because like, there's no way, like, he's got to build units at this point. So I'm like, well, I won't go attack him, I'll attack these rocks, which actually turned out to be a good call, because he warped in more DTs into my base. Like, this guy has spent money to get 8 DTs to try and kill me off. 13 minutes into the game, he still hasn't expanded, and I see the Warp Prism this time, and I'm hoping that it's still going to stay there. And he gets my eBay, and I'm like just scanning and just taking those guys out. I'm like, well, you know what, this dude, I'm gonna get his Warp Prism, and I did. He got 2 DTs in. Look where I started scan. Bam, dropped it. I built my starport And immediately after seeing that amount of DTs, like that kind of commitment, I'm like, okay, this dude's got to take an expansion. He's not going to have a lot of units at home, so I need to go attack now. And as you can see, my units are starting to move down through the mini-map. You know, there they go. I don't have medevacs, mainly because I was working on building my production up and getting units out. And medevacs, as great as they are, they cost gas. They cost quite a bit of gas. And they produce 2 at a time, and it just takes a while. So here again, I send out a solo marine to scout. He sees the stalker, bunch of zealots, he gets killed. Because I see a bunch of zealots, I know more DTs might be coming my way, but I'm already committed to this attack. The DTs might kill me, but at the same time, I dropped a tech lab, I'm building a Raven, so even if he takes out my engineering bay again, I'll still have detection, and I'll still be able to kill him eventually if it becomes a base trade scenario. Unless, of course, he would, like, snipe the Raven. But the amount of units I saw, and the amount of units I have, even though they're, you know, in yellow, a lot of them are yellow bars, I go ahead and just stim, kite, zealots, bam, kill all the zealots. More zealots come in, they all die. Getting Marauder slow as a Terran is crucial in TvP because it will mess up the stalkers. Like, they just won't be able to get away. Zealots, if they charge at you, they'll be stunned. I got weak. Like, my units are so weak, but I just killed everything he had. He didn't have a second base. He's warping in zealots. Doesn't even matter. Warps in a DT. I kill his DT. That was some weird stutter step micro there, but whatever. I'm starting to put pylons to try and take his gateway out so less units can come to kill me. Saw the DT warp in, scan again, kill it. I also made sure to drop my 3rd orbital. And then I'm like, bam, take out the Dark Shrine. That's gonna be it. So I go ahead, I take out the robotics. I'm basically just killing all of his tech right now. Even if it becomes a base trade scenario, if he's only able to make stalkers, I can still have medevacs, I have a bunch of units. So eventually I'll just win out if it does become a base trade. I plant some Widow Mines here. Only get 2 kills, unfortunately. And I'm just destroying his attack. I take out the cyber core, he can only build. He sends probes up here, you know, because this is what these guys do. Like, their whole base is destroyed. He doesn't have another Nexus. And he's like, I'm just going to stay in this game because I'm an asshole. You'll see that a lot on ladder, actually, especially in the lower leagues. They just won't give up. So I saw that probe with my Marauder, and then my Marauder just stopped walking towards him. Don't know what his plan was with that probe. He just kind of sent it over there. He starts up a Nexus. He starts up some pylons. Meanwhile, I kill all of his buildings in his main. I'm like, screw it. I'll take his whole main out. He has to start over. And then I'm just going to hunt him down. I know where he is. Or I know he's on the map somewhere. I saw his probe go over into the east part of the map, so I know he's somewhere around here. Maybe building a pylon or, you know, whatever. Just trying to stay in the game like an asshole. I plant a Widow Mine on the Nexus spot in case he tries to take his main again. I take his natural with a Widow Mine, and I'm just like full force sending the rest of my troops up to the north part of the map as these guys kind of scout out the southeastern part of the map. So he's got a Nexus now. He thinks he's hot shit because he's got 8 probes. It's basically like he's almost starting the game all over. But unfortunately, I find him, and he foolishly took all of his probes over there, and then he decides to fight with them. And then he says GG like a gentleman, even though he was a total ass and tried to stay in the game. Drop an auto turret because everyone loves auto turrets. And I kite him, or I kite the Nexus, kill the Nexus. He's not leaving still, so I threw a scan and now he leaves. I threw a scan just because I wanted to see if somehow he like got a probe out early and maybe put up a Dark Shrine again. Because that was a lot of time. You know, he had enough time to get a Dark Shrine up there after I started attacking him initially. But yeah, so this is all my units. They're in a clump here, and that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot for me to talk about. But playing Terran, I cannot stress enough, you need a ton of Marauders. Marauders are really the only good ground unit. I should say ground unit. They're the only really good ground unit that Terran has that's good against Protoss, especially gateway units. The only thing that counters Marauders really, which is the for Protoss, is the Immortal, and Immortals are super strong, and they kill just about everything in the game really fast. So have a couple of Marines in there just in case there's some Immortals. But generally, if you build a lot of Marauders against Protoss, you can't go wrong. It takes longer for Colossi to kill them. It takes longer, sort of, for Storms to kill them. Not much longer, because Storms are pretty OP. As far as AoE goes. And also build Medivacs. I like Medivacs, I do, but I was kind of under pressure to build a lot of units, and Medivacs can't attack. So I went ahead and just built up some units and just went after this guy because I knew if it was going to get to the late game, he'd eventually get a death ball, as terrible as he might be. Any Protoss can build a Protoss death ball. It just takes a long time to do it, and it's really hard to stop as Terran. So I went ahead and just tried to end the game as fast as possible, and it should have been probably 13-14 minute game, but he ended up dragging it out because that's what sore losers do on StarCraft. So don't be that guy, and if you lose the match, just GG and leave so you can both play another match. That's all I have to say about that. Don't BM on ladder, kids. Be nice. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep the videos coming. My last video I made and the space between my last video and this video was long because my parents came to town. So I spent a lot of time with them. So anyway, take it easy, guys. Good luck, have fun on ladder, and don't be afraid to cheese.